Alright, Ronan MMA, welcome back to the channel. Now, Ian the Machado Garrys Media Day interview just wrapped up, and I want to talk about it. The reason being, okay, in this interview, in my opinion, he said something both unbelievably stupid and hypocritical, and I want to point it out for you guys in today's video. I'm going to prove it with screenshots later on. A main topic surrounding this entire scrum, of course, was the trash talk that him and his wife had been receiving, right? And of course, Ian the Machado Garrys had a whole lot to say about that, right? In the midst of all that, though, as I said, something very stupid and hypocritical, which we come to expect from Ian the Machado Garrys. So I am going to play the portion of this interview so we get a feel for what we're talking about. Now, just for the sake of clarity, transparency, what have you, I have sped this up to 1.5 speed. Reason being, Ian the Machado Garrys, as a 26-year-old man, likes to act as though he has the wisdom of a 5,000-year-old higher vampire, okay? A sentence that could take 7 words takes 50. It's annoying, so we'll just get to the point with it in faster speed, right? I'm going to play it. I'll pause it as we go, react to it and what have you, give my opinions. And then, as I said, I'm going to prove to you later on with screenshots that he is a fucking hypocrite.
Because the trash talk got so personal, affecting your family, and clearly has given you a justified negative emotion, has that informed how you approach trash talk for your future opponents?
No.
So basically, like, hey, you really didn't like all the trash talk coming your way. Are you going to maybe tone it down a bit? That's kind of like the premise of the question. Like, since you received all this trash talk, you realized how nasty it was, how much you didn't like it. Is that going to affect how you engage with other fighters moving forward in terms of trash talk? And of course, the king of no self-awareness answers like this.
I'll still talk shit. That's the person I am. I'll talk shit. You want to clap at me, I'll clap back. That's how I've grown up. That's the way me and my friends grew up. But there's a line.
I just want to point out that when Sean Strickland brought up that there's a line, which of course Sean Strickland, in my opinion, meant my own personal line, right? He wasn't trying to push it on other people. He wasn't advocating for punishment or fines or what have you. He's saying personally, as a man, I don't like this, this, and this. Ian Garry was one of the first ones on Twitter to talk shit about Sean Strickland creating an arbitrary line, okay? Now Ian the Machado Garrys is doing just that here in this interview. But that's not the hypocritical part I'm talking about. We're going to keep going.
A line on what you say and what you do, and it's not trash talk to call my wife a pedophile or say that the kid isn't even mine. That's not trash talk. That's abuse. That's horrible. And no person on the planet.
I just want to point out that this man just extremely broadened the definition of abuse. I would not consider some troll online calling your wife a PDF file abuse. But, okay, carry on.
Deserves that. And I feel
no person on the planet deserves that. What if they're an actual PDF file? Then they do deserve that. Like, what are we talking about here? Don't make such large general statements. This is what I mean, though. He thinks he's so much more wise than he truly is. He adds all these things, these qualifiers and what have you, that are completely not necessary, and they're also stupid, okay?
I feel like we've seen it recently, and the two main culprits are fucking Kobe and Sean Strickland.
I want to point this out because this drives me up the fucking wall. Ever since UFC 297, it is a literal trend to blame any kind of negativity, any trash talk in the comment sections that you don't like on Sean Strickland fans, and it drives me fucking nuts, okay? Negativity existed long before Sean Strickland was a superstar and had a massive fan base. It will exist long after Sean Strickland is gone and no longer relevant from the fucking sport, okay? The negativity that we see in comment sections cannot just be attributed to Sean Strickland fans. We've seen John Annett call out Sean Strickland fans. We've seen now Ian the Machado Garrys call him out. We see people, if you go look at the comment sections and look in the replies, you see people going, oh, Strickland fans incoming. What the fuck are we talking about, dude? There's been negativity in the fucking comment section forever. Forever. I can think of fan bases off the top of my head that are much worse than Sean Strickland fans claiming that he beat Dricus du Plessis post UFC 297, okay? Like ones that are much more egregious, aggressive, even sometimes send violent threats, right? So I don't know where this sudden demonization of Sean Strickland and his fan bases came from, but it appears to be really fucking trendy, and it annoys the shit out of me, but let's carry on.
Kobe bringing up Leon's dad and Sean.
Now, just want to point that out. Sorry, I'm being a bit of a pause Andy here. The guy is giving examples of shit that he thinks is crossing a line, right? Colby Covington bringing up Leon Edwards' dad, and then he goes on to say Sean Strickland being negative to every single person that he engages with or what have you. So his line is, or at the very least from what I gather, don't bring family into it, and Sean Strickland fans are bad, or something like that. But basically, right, he doesn't like the dads getting brought up, wives getting brought up, kids getting brought up, and what have you, right?
On just being negative towards every single person possible. It shows a very dark age in MMA, and this is not what the sport's about. The truth is, we're fighters, we're martial artists, but the UFC is so much more. The UFC is about being entertaining. The UFC is about putting on amazing fights and building a fight. Who is the best fighter we've ever seen in this organization who's had the most success?
Now, I would imagine every single one of you out there could guess who he's about to say. You'd all be fucking correct, right? It is Conor McGregor. Obviously, dude. Obviously, that's what he would say, right? Now, to be fair, he is correct. Conor McGregor, one of the best trash talkers to ever exist ever, and by far the most financially successful MMA fighter on the face of the fucking planet, right? But what Ian the Vegan Machado Cherry is about to do, that in my opinion is unbelievably hypocritical, is use Conor McGregor as an example of like some sort of shining light. As he said earlier, we're in the dark ages of MMA. So he's about to use Conor McGregor as an example of like a shining light of trash talk done right. Trash talk done properly. Trash talk not crossing the line that he thinks Colby Covington crosses, that he thinks Sean Strickland crosses, that he thinks all these guys cross. Even the YouTubers, MMA Guru, Red Pill MMA, all these guys, right? He's going to use Conor as an example of somebody who didn't do that, but was able to be very successful with his trash talk regardless.
It's Conor McGregor. And what he did was emotionally connect fans to his journey by talking, the build-up, the excitement, the fights. He talked the talk, he walked the walk, he backed it up, and everyone started to believe him. There's a fine line of what's right and what's wrong.
See, there's a fine line of what's right and what's wrong. What did Conor McGregor do? He was able to emotionally connect with the fan base, bring them along with the journey, talk the talk, walk the walk, blah, bitty fucking blah, right? He uses Conor McGregor as an example of good trash talk, not crossing a line. He goes on to say,
and I feel like lately, the negative has started to overtake the positive, and it's not interesting. I don't believe that anyone here enjoys hearing the stuff that has been said recently.
I just want to point out that I do. I think it's fucking hilarious. But either way, Conor McGregor is a shining light, right? We're in the dark ages of MMA. I wish that the trash talk of the Conor McGregor days could come back, where family didn't get brought into it, where wives didn't get brought into it, and all this shit, and, you know, we're not crossing lines, negativity, all blah, fucking blah, right? I wonder, and I've brought this up in videos before, I wonder if Ian the Vegan Machado Cherry's morals are even less than I think they already are, right? Would he condemn Conor McGregor for saying things like this? Right? Colby Covington is a bad, evil fucking man for bringing up Leon Edwards' dad, right? Where's the condemnation of Daddy McGregor, Mr. Garry? Where's the condemnation of Daddy McGregor bringing a father into MMA trash talk? Habib's father, Habib's dead father, to boot, all right? So, there's one example. Or what about this one, Ian the Vegan Machado Cherry? Would you condemn this, right? Your wife wants to see the hair around my arse or cock and balls, bro. See what that's like. It's real. The message request, mate. No trash talk, man to man. It's fucked up. I seen your interview with Mike. You think it was fake. It's not. Have a think on it in the sauna. Anyways, right? Bringing up somebody's wife. And this is one of the most like repeated lines, repeated quotes from Conor McGregor. Yo, wife send me DMs. Everybody fucking says it. Conor McGregor screamed that to Dustin Poirier with his leg broken, right? Brought up his wife during the trash talk. Jolie's husband, or Jolie's, your wife's your husband, or whatever the fuck, right? Conor McGregor brings up Dustin Poirier's wife. I wonder if Ian the Vegan Machado Cherry would condemn that. Now, I want to point something out. Some of Conor McGregor's tweets are factually correct, okay? They just are. They're objectively true. This is referring to Habib and his wife, right? Habib's wife is his relative, okay? However, Ian the Vegan Machado Cherry, this crosses your arbitrary line that you've created for the likes of Sean Strickland, for the likes of Colby Covington, but not for Daddy Conor, right? Would you condemn this, Ian the Vegan Machado fucking Cherry? Now, one more even, dude. One more. Your wife is a towel, mate. Posts a literal fucking picture of Habib Nurmagomedov and his wife at their wedding and calls her a fucking towel, dude, okay? Now, I want to make it explicitly clear, I don't give a fuck what these guys say to each other, not even a little bit, because guess what, dude? In a few days' time, whatever, during fight week, if it's media day, if it's press conference, in a couple days' time, they're gonna go physically assault one another. I don't give a fuck about the words that come out of their mouths, okay? They're gonna go try and give each other permanent brain damage, break each other's limbs, strangle each other unconscious, and what have you, right? I don't care about the words that comes out of their mouths. But Ian the fucking Vegan Machado Cherry certainly does, and has drawn an arbitrary line of which he only enforces when it's levied at him and when it's characters that he doesn't like. But when Conor McGregor goes after Habib's wife on multiple occasions, when Conor McGregor goes after Habib's dead dad on that one occasion, when Conor McGregor goes after Dustin Poirier's wife on multiple occasions, No condemnation, Mr. Machado Garry. By the way, earlier on in this interview, you guys should go watch it for yourself. He goes on, Mike Bohm from MMA Junkie, mate, fuck you. He goes on to ask, basically, it's almost like he asked him what his pronouns were. What would you like us media members to refer to you as? Is it Machado Garry or is it Garry? And Ian the vegan Machado Cherry goes, Ian Machado Garry. The new Mackenzie Dern, the male Mackenzie Dern, has acquired a little Brazilian accent, okay? This guy's fucking unhinged, unbelievably hypocritical. I wonder if Ian the vegan Machado Cherry would condemn any of these tweets if you were to ask him about them, since they came from Daddy Connor. Do you know what I mean? But again, when it's Sean Strickland or his fan base, when it's fucking Colby Covington or his diminishing fan base, it's a problem. They're crossing lines. They're horrible people and blah, blah, fucking blah, dude. I just can't stand it. Unbelievably hypocritical for me and the vegan Machado Cherry, in my opinion. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Like and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. I will see you at the next video. Bye-bye.